Have you ever seen an optical illusion? Our eyes can trick us and our brains try to make sense of things. Sometimes they get it wrong. The universe itself is full of such wonders, things that are not as they first appear. This teaches us a valuable lesson. We must always question, always look closer. What we perceive is not always the complete truth. This same idea applies to our digital world. It's a universe of its own, full of amazing tools and services. Many of these online wonders appear as gifts. They seem completely free. We can search the entire world's information, talk to friends across oceans, and find our way in strange new places. All this power at our fingertips, seemingly for no cost at all. It feels like magic, doesn't it? But let us pause and think like scientists. When something seems too good to be true, it often is. These amazing digital services are provided by companies. Think about Google. It's a giant in our digital universe. So many of us use its services every day. Google Search, Gmail, Google Maps, YouTube. These tools are incredibly useful. They make our lives easier and connect us to information and to each other. And the most amazing part, they appear to be free. We don't pay a subscription fee for most of them. We just sign up and start using them. It's a remarkable offering, a digital cornucopia. But here's the cosmic twist. These services are not truly free. There is a transaction happening. It's just not with money in the usual sense. Instead, the payment is you, or more precisely, your data. Every time you use these free services, you're providing something valuable. You are sharing information about yourself, your interests, your habits, your location, your questions. This is the currency of the Google Galaxy. It is a vast, invisible flow. Google is an advertising company at its core, a very, very smart advertising company. It collects all this data from its billions of users. Imagine your data as stardust, tiny little pieces of information. Every search you make on Google is a sprinkle of this stardust. Every email you send through Gmail, every place you look up on Google Maps, every video you watch on YouTube, all these actions generate data. This data doesn't just vanish into empty space. It is collected, stored, and analyzed. Continuously, tirelessly, by powerful algorithms, this collected stardust forms a kind of data black hole. Not a black hole in space, of course, but a metaphorical one. A place where vast amounts of information are pulled in. Google uses this data to understand you deeply. It knows your interests from your searches. It knows your social connections from your emails. It knows your movements from your location history. It builds a digital version of you, a profile more detailed than you might imagine. This profile is constantly updated. Now let us turn our telescopes to a different part of the digital cosmos. Let's look at a new pattern of stars. A new idea. This idea is called blockchain. You might have heard of it, often linked with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. But blockchain is more than just digital money. It is a fundamental technology, a new way of organizing information, a way that could change how the internet works and how we control our data. At its heart, blockchain is a decentralized ledger. Think of it like a shared digital notebook. Many copies of this notebook exist. They are spread across many computers around the world. When something new is added, it's recorded in all the notebooks at once. And critically, no single person or company owns all the notebooks. No single entity is in charge. This is what decentralized means. Power is distributed, not concentrated in one place. This is very different from Google's model. Google is centralized. All the data flows to Google's servers. Section 5. The promise of the decentralized cosmos. Advantages explored. What are the shining stars in this decentralized cosmos? What are the potential benefits of blockchain technology? One major advantage is enhanced user control. Imagine your personal data as your own private spaceship. With blockchain, you could hold the keys. You would decide who gets to come aboard. You would control who sees your information and how it's used. This is a big change from today. Currently, large companies often dictate these terms. True data sovereignty. Another bright promise is increased transparency. In many blockchain systems, transactions are recorded on that public ledger. While your real identity can be kept private, the record of activity can be open for anyone to verify. This makes it harder for anyone to secretly change things or to hide what they're doing. This transparency could build more trust. Trust not in a central company, but in the system itself. The code becomes the law. Then there's the resilience against censorship. Because blockchain networks are decentralized, they are very hard to shut down. Section 6. Navigating asteroid fields. Challenges of a decentralized future. However, the journey to a decentralized cosmos is not without its dangers. There are asteroid fields we must navigate. Practical challenges exist. One of the biggest is scalability. Many current blockchain networks can be slow. They can only process a limited number of transactions per second. Imagine if every Google search needed a blockchain confirmation. The system would grind to a halt. This is a significant technical hurdle. Engineers are working on solutions, but we are not there yet. Then there is the user experience, let's be honest. Many decentralized applications, or dApps, are not very user-friendly right now. They can be complicated to set up. They often require understanding technical concepts like managing cryptographic keys. Losing your key can mean losing your assets forever. This is a far cry from the simple, intuitive interfaces we are used to. For mass adoption, decentralized tools need to become much easier to use, as easy as sending an email. Regulatory uncertainty is another large asteroid. Governments around the world are still figuring out blockchain. How should it be regulated? How do consumer protection laws apply? What about taxes? This lack of clarity can make businesses hesitant to invest. It can also confuse users. Section 7, Human Orbits, Why We Cling to Familiar Tech Planets. Why do we humans often stick to what we know, even when new, potentially better options appear on the horizon? We tend to orbit familiar technological planets like Earth orbiting the Sun. One powerful reason is convenience. Current centralized systems like Google's are incredibly convenient. They are seamlessly integrated into our lives. Everything just works, often with a single login. This ease of use is a powerful gravitational pull. It's hard to escape. Another factor is the learning curve. New technologies, especially disruptive ones like blockchain, require effort to understand. They demand new skills, new ways of thinking. Most people are busy. They have jobs, they have families. They may not have the time or inclination to learn complex new systems unless the benefit is immediately obvious and overwhelming. The comfort of the known often outweighs the promise of the unknown. We are creatures of habit. Network effects also play a huge role. Think about social media or messaging apps. Their value increases as more people use them. If all your friends are on one platform, it's hard to switch to another, even if the new one has better privacy features. Section 8, Charting a New Course, a Gradual Journey to Data Sovereignty. So what is the path forward? Should we all abandon Google overnight and jump headfirst into the decentralized unknown? That might be too drastic, too disruptive. A sudden overhaul of our digital lives is probably not practical or even desirable for many. The current systems, for all their flaws, provide immense value. They are deeply woven into the fabric of our society. A complete and sudden break is rarely the wisest course in any complex system. A more balanced approach seems more sensible. Imagine it like space exploration. We don't just launch a mission to a distant galaxy without preparation. We send probes, we learn, we take smaller steps. Similarly, we can start to explore decentralized alternatives while still using the convenient tools we rely on. It's not an all-or-nothing choice. We can have a foot in both worlds, the familiar world and the emerging one. This allows for a smoother transition. What are some small steps we can take? We can become more conscious of our data. We can explore privacy-focused browsers that block trackers. We can try encrypted messaging apps that protect our conversations from prying eyes. We can support companies and projects that are building ethical technologies. Section 9, Stargazing with Awareness. Our role in the evolving digital universe. We live in an extraordinary time, a time of rapid technological change. The digital universe is constantly expanding, full of wonders and full of illusions, just like the cosmic mirages we discussed at the beginning. It is more important than ever to engage our critical thinking, to look beyond the shiny surfaces, to question the free gifts, to understand the underlying mechanics of the digital world we inhabit. This is our responsibility as citizens of the 21st century. Staying informed is like keeping your telescope polished. Technology doesn't stand still. New ideas emerge, new challenges arise. By learning about concepts like data privacy, centralization, and decentralization, we empower ourselves. We become better equipped to make informed choices about the tools we use, the data we share, and the kind of digital future we want to create. Knowledge is our guiding star in this complex environment. It helps us navigate. Ultimately, we all have a role to play. Our individual actions matter. When we choose privacy-respecting tools, we support their development. When we demand more transparency from companies, we encourage better practices. When we teach our children about digital literacy, we prepare the next generation. We are not just passive consumers of technology.